Now that you're familiar with character styles and paragraph styles, it's time to talk about object styles. Yes, that's right. You can define an object style that, with a single click, will apply all sorts of object formatting, such as fill and stroke, transparency effects, and more. Let's make an object style in this document from the exercise files folder. I'm going to select one of these images, this image in the upper right corner, and I'm going to apply some formatting to it as an example. For example, I'll apply a stroke here, maybe a little half-point stroke. Let's also apply a drop shadow. It's always nice to have a drop shadow in here. I'm going to choose the effects menu and then choose drop shadow, and maybe a little drop shadow, not quite so dark or quite so large, certainly. Maybe just about 4 points, and then maybe a little bit of noise. There we go. Click OK, and we now have a drop shadow. And finally, why don't we give this a little rounded corner on the edge? I'll click on this little yellow box, and then I'll shift-click on that yellow diamond in the upper right corner, and I'll just drag that in a little bit. That gives me a rounded corner just on that one corner here. I'm going to click out on the pasteboard to deselect that, and then I'll press W to go into preview mode. We can see, yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Let's make an object style based on that. So I'll select it again, and then open my Object Styles panel. That's over here in the dock. If you don't see it, make sure you have the Advanced Workspace selected in the application bar, or you could go to the Window menu and scroll down here to the Styles submenu, and then choose Object Styles. Now, once you have your Object Styles panel open, go to the Object Styles panel menu and choose New Object Style. I'll give it a name up here. I'm going to call it Cool Images. You can call it anything you want. And it's hard to tell at first, but all the formatting that I had applied to that object is pulled up here into this dialog box because I had it selected on the page. For example, I'll click on the stroke pane, and we can see that, yep, there's my half-point black stroke. If I click on Stroke and Corner Options, you can see that indeed the upper right corner is rounded. It even shows the drop shadow here. So I'll click OK, and then I'm going to click on the Cool Images style that it added to my Object Styles panel. So great, next time I want to apply that object style, I simply select a frame and then click on Cool Images. It's as simple as that. All that formatting is now applied to that frame. I'll go grab some more images. I'll select all 3 of these on this page and click on Cool Images. Now, of course, just like paragraph and character styles, it's really easy to edit these styles. To do that, if the style is selected already in the Object Styles panel, and it is because I have an object selected that has that style applied to it, I can simply double-click on it. If it weren't selected, then I'd want to right-click or control-click with a one-button mouse and choose Edit out of the context menu. Now I can make some changes. For example, let's change the stroke. I'm going to make it a different color, let's say magenta, and why don't I make it thicker, and I'll change the type to something crazy, like this wavy line. Now, when I click OK, you'll see that that change has been applied to all the objects throughout my document that had that object style applied to them. If you care about consistency and efficiency, you are really going to love using object styles. It makes laying out your documents a breeze.